Shania.
I'm Rosario.
I'm Sofia.
I'm Stephanie.
For this visa presentation, we are going to show you the cultural differences between Korea and the Philippines that comprise of
Kinetics,
Paralanguage.
haptics, proxemics, and phonetics.
In the Philippines, showing respect for one's elder is a tradition that has been preserved for generations. The honoring gesture called pagmamano involves a younger person asking for an elder's hand and gently touching their own forehead with it while bowing. Raising your eyebrows while flashing a smile is another way of greeting a friend or acquaintance in a casual manner. The same goes for nodding or slightly lifting the head to indicate yes, which means you acknowledge the presence of your colleague who passed by. Of course, it is an entirely different case when someone happens to raise their brows while giving you a serious look. The bow is the traditional Korean greeting, although it is often accompanied by a handshake among men. To show respect when shaking hands, support your right forearm with your left hand. In the Philippines, if we want to beckon someone to come towards us, we usually hold out our hand, palm facing up, and move the fingers toward ourselves. This is considered very rude in Korea. In Korea, Koreans normally hold out their hand, palm facing down, and then wave their fingers inwards. Maybe burping in front of the dining table is rude when it comes to other countries' belief and culture. But here in the Philippines, burping is somehow considered as a sign of a happy tummy. If you burp, it actually means you're full and you enjoy the meal. Just don't forget to mumble sorry or excuse me after letting out the awkwardly funny sound. Slurping and burping at the table or spitting in the public place are not acceptable in Korea. They are considered as rude manners as well. Filipinos are joyful. As a foreign executive quip, the Philippines has the highest number of smiles per square kilometer in the world. I could challenge any foreigner to walk down any street in the Philippines and count the number of smiles he or she sees on the faces of the people they meet. Laughing or joking is traditionally only acceptable at certain times, and smiling at inappropriate times may be interpreted as a lack of seriousness and respect. Modest display of affection like holding hands and putting an arm around the shoulders are acceptable in the Philippines. It is insulting for Koreans to be touched by someone with whom they are unfamiliar. Don't pat them on the back or hug them. Among relatives or friends of the same gender, it is common for Filipinos to walk hand in hand or arm in arm. This is generally done so as a sign of affection, friendship, or if they are shy and would like someone to accompany them. Touching, patting, or backslapping is to be avoided during interactions. When interacting with people they are familiar with, Filipinos tend to prefer standing at an arm's length from one another. Around strangers, this distance is farther. However, in public areas like a market or subway, personal space is often limited and pushing is common. Your body within its own personal space, avoid extended or crossed legs, and limit arm movements when explaining something so as to evade others' personal space. Since many Filipinos try to save face and avoid hiya in their interactions, many will be overly polite and seldom give a flat no or negative response. When conversing with their Filipino counterpart, try to focus on hints of hesitation, listen to what they say, and also pay close attention to what they don't say. Koreans can find it awkward or intimidating to speak one-on-one with people of the opposite gender. So much socialization between genders in Korea occurs in groups. Not all Filipinos are usually late. There are still people who arrive in meetings punctually, although being late has become a stereotype to Filipinos already. Historians say that this attitude recounts back to the idea of siesta by the Spaniards that is still present today.
Several bad puns.
In Korea, do your best to be punctual and be sure to make an apology for your tardiness if you are late. In other countries, late means late. In the Philippines, it's called the Filipino time. Filipino time means being minutes to hours late compared to the standard time. It's like having our own clock, albeit aware that the right time is the world standard time. Expect meeting to be fast-moving as Koreans generally do not like to waste time.
Thank you for watching!